Hi there, welcome back. I hope this finds you well. Today I want to give you one to grow on, and specifically I want to talk about cutting your losses when it comes to narcissists and narcissistic abuse. So I talked to you in a previous video about the problem that I was having with the cabbage worms in my vegetable garden, and I had to consult with a master gardener friend of mine, and in going back and forth talking to her and in looking at the situation, I had tried a number of things to eradicate the cabbage worms and the flies, the white flies and the aphids, and they just really were having a field day with my cruciferous vegetables. It was the cabbage, the cauliflower, the broccoli, the kale, and the collard greens. And so it got to a point where even there was a fungus growing on some of my vegetables as well. So for the greater good of the garden, and after consulting with my friend, I made the difficult decision to pull the vegetables that were infested with the aphids and cabbage worms, and they had eggs all over. I just couldn't keep up with it. So I had to make the difficult decision to pull those plants. And but all was not lost. I still have beets and spinach and garlic and onions and some beautiful rainbow and Swiss chard. And I've got some dill and some things in the garden. Plus, I have a whole nother gardening area where I've got leafy greens, and I've got some mustard greens and some red leaf lettuce and some romaine and arugula and things of that nature, and some herbs. So all is not lost, but I definitely had to make a difficult decision here in my really what are my main gardening beds. And my friend had told me, it's okay to start over. Sometimes you have to start over and cut your losses. And she said that she had to do something similar. And she has a huge urban farm and provides food boxes for a lot of people locally. And she said she had to do the same thing. I think she had a carrot crop or something like that that she had to pull, and she had to start over. And she also gave me some other tools and resources and tactics that I can use in the future. But unfortunately, in this situation, it was just too late. The damage had already been done. And the issue is that it's just been unseasonably warm here in the desert, as I'm sure you've maybe experienced where you live. It really should be a lot cooler right now. And we've had temperatures of 80s. We've even gotten to the low 90s in November. And really by this point after Halloween, we should be a lot lower in temperature. So it's happening. It's a thing. Anyway, I had to say goodbye to to some of my favorite vegetables, but what I've decided to do is wait until and give the bed a chance to rest and settle, and also give the other plants a chance to grow and do their thing. And then when it cools off a little bit more consistently, then I will plant some more things and replace those items that I pulled. And this, by the way, I've never had this difficult of a time during a growing season. This has really been unusual. But again, let's look at this year. If I'm honest, this year has been unusual and inconsistent and abnormal, to say the least. So anyway, that being said, I might have said goodbye to my kale and some of the other things that I was really looking forward to see come through. But I still have, I'll show you here, I still have this beautiful chard here that's gorgeous and coming along just great. And I look forward to replacing the plants that I lost with some new plants and getting a fresh start in that way without the pests. So that being said, oftentimes when we're dealing with narcissists, we have to cut our losses, and they may come into our lives and wreak havoc and cause a lot of drama and headaches and destruction and even devastation. Sometimes you have to discard the narcissist and focus your attention on what's growing and thriving and positive and healthy in your life and move forward from there, knowing that there will be plenty of opportunities for you to cultivate good things and reap a harvest of abundance in your life. For this chart, I actually would use this in smoothies, or I would saute it with some onion and some spices and have it as a side dish, or maybe even chop it up and use it in a salad. There's so much goodness in what remains in your life. You have to choose to focus on that goodness and move forward in a positive, productive, and prosperous way. You've got this. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.